The Jackson Medal was held during the week, with St Joseph's all-rounder Daniel Fanning crowned the GCA Division 1 Player of the Season. Darren Hauenstein spoke with a humble Fanning shortly after he won the medal.
I'm here tonight at the Capri receptions with the Jackson Medal winner for 2009-2010, Daniel Fanning. Daniel, how does it feel winning the prestigious award in the GCA?
It's an honour, definitely, to win the award. It's a little bit of a shock. I, to be honest, didn't give myself much of a chance because I tend to think I get a little bit grumpy out on the field, so I thought the umpires might hold that against me when they were counting their votes after the game.
Okay, and I suppose with your cricketing as well in regards to the season, how have you found the season went for St Joey's?
Well, we sort of break the season up into two parts. Obviously the home and away and the finals. So home and away, we were quite happy with the way we went, finishing fourth in a very close race, and then obviously won a final and lost the one that mattered. So we've really haven't progressed from where we were last year. So I think we're a little bit more disappointed than last year than where we finished. So it certainly hurts at the end of the year how it's finished. Yeah.
Okay, well done again on winning such a prestigious medal, and good luck for future cricket.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
In other results from the GCA's Night of Nights, Alexander Thompson all-rounder Lucas Benchy and Thompson batsman Lewis Bentley shared the Barry McMahon Medal for Player of the Year in GCA Division 2, while Teesdale's Sean Campbell took out the Division 3 award. Sticking with cricket, and grand finals across the Geelong Cricket Association begin tomorrow, with Geelong West taking on Lara in the Division 1 showpiece. News Geelong caught up with Geelong West coach Shane Arthur to find out whether his side felt better prepared after going in as underdogs before taking out last year's premiership against Grovedale.
Shane, it's your shot at a second title in as many years. Do you feel a little bit better prepared this time around?
Yeah, we're well prepared, but we were also well prepared last year. So, we're as confident as we were last year. I mean, Lara's a very good side, so it's a 50-50 chance for us. They beat us a couple of weeks ago, so we'll be looking for a bit more success this week.
I think you learned a few lessons last year that you're trying to put into practice coming into this weekend, and is it possibly a little bit of an advantage as well that you were there last year and you've got that experience behind your backs?
Oh, there's no doubt. I'm sure the big game experience will help. If you get a reasonable total early on, then it puts a lot of pressure on the side batting second. Good players, probably Chris Banbury, probably one of the best bats in the comp, and Danny Hughes is a very good all-rounder. So they've got a couple of other guys that are very good players as well. But having said that, we've got a bunch of good blokes as well who can play good cricket. So it's going to be a really, really tight forward match. We bowled really well and worked hard the first day to set that total. We kept them to 159, which in the end was probably a little bit more than what we wanted to let them get, especially when they were 8 for 80. But having said that, we still batted well. I think when we needed 5 runs, we were only 3 down, so that was a good performance. We just happened to lose a couple of quick wickets at the end there, which made us 5 for.
It's a chance to really assert some dominance on the competition with, as I said, your second title in as many years. What would it mean to the boys to be able to lift that title again?
Oh, look, grand finals are hard enough to get to, let alone win them. So last year was just real. It was magnificent for the club and for all the young blokes in the side. And to do it again this year would be awesome. But it's a long way off being won yet. We've got to do a lot of hard work before we can say we're going to go back to back. So, and I'm sure Lara, if you talk to them, will say that they're confident as well. So it's going to be a hard fought match.
Fantastic. Well, thanks a lot, Shane, for your time on our News Geelong, and all the best for the game tomorrow.
After struggling for numbers in the early stages of their football pre-season, the Belmont Lions are looking forward to the start of the 2010 Geelong and District Football League season, thanks to an influx of university students over the last few weeks. Colin Lowther caught up with Lions coach Matt Toohey at the club's recent registration evening.
The Belmont Lions are about to undertake their 2010 GDFL campaign. The club, which has been surrounded in controversy during the off-season, is looking towards a bright future, thanks to some good young players who have joined the club this year. News Geelong spoke to Matt Toohey, coach of Belmont, to get his perspective on how the club was preparing for their first game just 3 weeks away. How has your preparation been for the upcoming season?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Look, we've had a big turnover of players this year and got a lot of young kids coming through, so it's been pretty good at the moment.
Tell us about some of the players who have joined your club this season.
We've got Ash Hasty from Queenscliff joined in. New reserves coach from Queenscliff as well, Daniel Mayer, who'll be playing senior footy. There's a lot of uni kids we've picked up in the last 2 weeks, so over the next 2 practice games we've got, we'll hopefully see how they go.
Tell us about how your preparation has gone on the track for this season.
Yeah, look, it's been really positive. It's probably the most exciting time since I've been at the club. We're going to have a really youthful side, and hopefully we can build on that.
Is there a bit of a sour taste in your mouth of how some of the players left the club, or especially some of the senior players left the club last year?
Look, it's a bit disappointing, but that's their decision, so we can't force them to stay around. They have to live with that, and we'll just move on.
And Burn's your first game. What do you think of their chances against you first game up?
Look, they've got a pretty good team. They've lost a few as well, like us, so we're just waiting to see how we go.
Thanks very much, Matt.
No worries, thanks.
Belmont Lions play their first game on April the 10th against Bannockburn at Winter Reserve. I'm Colin Lowther, reporting for News Geelong.
And finally in sport this week, the Geelong Falcons begin their 2010 TAC Cup season tomorrow with a trip to Bendigo. After unearthing a number of stars during the 2009 season, new Falcons coach Paul Hood said he was looking forward to a number of new players making their mark in the TAC Cup competition this season.
Pre-season's been pretty long, Tim, and exciting for the boys. They're shaping up pretty well at the moment. Had a great hit out in the weekend and a good result. So at this stage, things are sailing pretty smoothly.
Been a great breeding ground for talent to go into the AFL at the Falcons. Are we going to see plenty more really talented boys putting their claims up throughout season 2010?
We certainly hope so. You know, we've got a list of 50, and we don't like to put a name on how many we'll see in AFL calculations in 12 months, but all of them have got a really good chance at the moment to put their best foot forward for sure.
And you travel up to Bendigo, obviously looking for a positive start, but you don't know too much about the Pioneers at this stage?
No, at this stage in the TSC Cup, it's a lot of uncharted waters. You know, we've seen boys play at national level at under-16s last year, but for the most part, we just deal with what we get on the day in the early part of the year. I've been very fortunate that Gary gave me a really good grounding. He was really open with all of his planning and made sure I was privy to all of that. So it's been really just keep the boat steering in the same direction and do everything we did last year and try and make some minor adjustments. But Gary was really accommodating and really honest, so I've been really fortunate there. Well, we're quite lucky in the TAC Cup in that we don't have to worry about finals too much. It's really a development competition. We want each player to come as far forward as he can throughout the year. Fortunately for us, it's a final 12 this year, and with 13 teams in the competition, we'd be pretty upset if we didn't make the finals.
So is that a new development, 12 teams making finals?
It has been a new development for 2010, yeah. With the amount of private school boys in the competition, the AFL recruiters and AFL Victoria want to see all those boys available for an extra week, so they all get a final as well.
And I'd be anticipating too, we've got a Great and Western Sydney team in the competition this year?
That's correct. So they actually travel and play us this year at Shield Stadium, so we're missing an interstate trip there, but it'll be really interesting to see the level that they're at before they're entering the AFL in a few years' time. We're fortunate to have 5 under-19-year-olds in our squad, so we've got Michell Fisher, Tom McKenzie and Michael Sotomarco who have played a lot of footy with us already in the last couple of years. Jaron McCormack from Colac's on our list again, and he's a real good player at both ends of the ground, so he'll stand up for us. And we've also got some good 18-year-olds at Geelong Grammar, Billy Smets and Brent McLeod, who've got great leadership, and I'm sure there'll be some others like Luke Dalhouse that put their hands up and really take us forward throughout the season.
And that stumps for sport for another week, Graham.
Thank you, Tim. You have a great weekend. And now to the weather with Larni Salathiel.
Thanks, Graham. We've had some beautiful warm weather for the week. Let's see if it's set to continue over the weekend. For tomorrow, Saturday, cloudy periods with some isolated showers clearing later in the day with a top of 24. For Sunday, cloud increasing with some patchy rain in the afternoon and evening with a top of 30. And next week for Monday, cloudy, scattered showers with a top of 21. And Tuesday, partly cloudy with a top of 21 again. For Wednesday, some morning cloud with a top of 24. And today we had a partly cloudy day with a few showers around and the chance of thunderstorms later on this evening with a top of 25. So that's the weekend weather until next week on Wednesday. Thanks, Graham.
Thank you, Larni. You too enjoy a safe weekend. Thanks for joining us here on News Geelong this evening. Remember, Joni, take your time and smell the flowers. Until next Wednesday evening, same time, same place, from the News Geelong team, a very good evening.